Shocking Amish secret revealed!
Forget everything you thought you knew about food preservation. Because the Amish have been quietly mastering survival techniques that most people have never heard of. Imagine keeping food fresh for years without a fridge, freezer, or even electricity.
Sounds impossible? Think again.
These aren't just ordinary tips. They're life-saving food hacks that could make the difference between thriving and struggling in a crisis. And here's the kicker. Hack number 1 is so powerful, it could literally save your life when modern systems fail. Stay with me until the end, because every second of this video could be the prepper knowledge you've been missing. Ready to unlock these survival secrets? Let's dive right in. 21. Homemade fruit leather. Did you know the Amish can transform simple fruits into survival food that lasts for months, sometimes even years? It's called homemade fruit leather, and here's the shocking part. They don't need any fancy equipment, dehydrators, or preservatives. All they use are ripe fruits, a bit of natural sweetener if needed, and the power of air drying. No chemicals, no electricity, just pure simplicity. The result? A nutrient-dense, energy-packed snack that's lightweight, easy to store, and perfect for emergencies when fresh food is scarce. Why is this a survival game-changer? Because it's rich in vitamins, natural sugars for quick energy, and can be made from almost any fruit you have lying around, turning potential waste into life-saving nutrition. Imagine having a backpack full of these during a crisis. No refrigeration needed, no risk of spoilage, just peel, roll, and you're good to go. This isn't just a snack, it's survival fuel the Amish have perfected for generations. 20. Root cellar mastery. Forget refrigerators, because the Amish have mastered a technique that keeps food fresh for months without a single drop of electricity. It's called a root cellar, and it's more powerful than you think. This isn't just a hole in the ground. It's a natural refrigeration system that uses the Earth's own insulation to maintain a cool, stable temperature, even during extreme weather. No power outages can touch this. Root cellars protect everything from potatoes, carrots, and apples to jars of preserved foods, all while reducing spoilage and waste. Why is this essential for preppers? Because when the grid goes down, and it will at some point, your fridge becomes useless in hours. But a root cellar? It works 24/7, 365 days a year. No maintenance, no fuel, no problem. Even if you live in an urban area, there are ways to create small-scale versions in basements or with buried coolers. This isn't old-fashioned. It's survival wisdom the modern world has forgotten. And the Amish? They've been perfecting it for centuries. 19. Natural fermentation. What if I told you there's a way to preserve food for months without a fridge, while boosting your health at the same time? The Amish have known this secret for generations, and it's called natural fermentation. Take sauerkraut, for example. With nothing more than cabbage, salt, and water, you can create a nutrient powerhouse that stays fresh without refrigeration. No chemicals, no preservatives, just nature doing the hard work. But here's the kicker. Fermented foods aren't just long-lasting. They're packed with probiotics that strengthen your immune system, which is absolutely critical when clean water and medical supplies might be scarce. Why does this matter for survival? Because in a crisis, your gut health becomes your frontline defense. A strong digestive system helps you absorb every bit of nutrition from your food, fight off infections, and stay energized when it matters most. And the best part? You can ferment almost anything. Vegetables, fruits, even dairy. It's simple, cheap, and doesn't require fancy tools. Just salt, water, and a little patience. This isn't just food. It's survival medicine in a jar. 18. Dried cornmeal magic. Imagine having a food source that lasts for years, requires no refrigeration, and can keep you full during the toughest times. That's the magic of dried cornmeal, a staple the Amish rely on for long-term survival. The process is simple but powerful. They grind dried corn into a fine meal, which, when stored properly, can last for decades without losing its nutritional value. No electricity, no fancy equipment, just pure natural food ready whenever you need it. Why is this a survival game changer? Because cornmeal is incredibly versatile. You can make hearty breads, porridges, pancakes, or even thickened stews, all with minimal ingredients. It's lightweight, calorie-dense, and packed with carbs for sustained energy, which is exactly what you need when food supplies are scarce. And here's the best part. Corn is easy to grow and harvest, making it a renewable food source even during extended crises. The Amish have perfected this system, turning a simple grain into a survival superfood. In a world without modern conveniences, dried cornmeal isn't just food, it's security. 17. Herbal vinegar infusions. What if I told you that one of the most powerful survival tools isn't hidden in your bug-out bag? It's right in your kitchen. The Amish have been using herbal vinegar infusions for generations, and it's not just a cooking ingredient. It's a natural preservative and a medicinal powerhouse, vital for long-term survival. By simply combining vinegar with common herbs like garlic, rosemary, thyme, or even wild dandelion, you create a potent solution that can preserve foods naturally without refrigeration. Boost your immune system when it's needed most. Act as an antiseptic for cleaning wounds and preventing infections, and soothe digestive issues during high-stress situations. Why is this critical for survival? Because in a grid-down scenario, modern medicine might not be available. But this simple mixture? It becomes your frontline defense. It fights bacteria, reduces inflammation, and even helps prevent food spoilage, all with ingredients you can grow or forage, even in challenging conditions. And here's the best part. It lasts for years when stored properly. No refrigeration, no chemicals, just nature's own survival solution sealed in a bottle. This isn't just a pantry item, it's liquid resilience, ready when you need it the most. 16. Tallow for meat preservation. Forget freezers, because when the grid goes down, they're useless. But the Amish have a time-tested method that keeps meat fresh for months without a single watt of electricity. It's called tallow preservation, and it's been saving lives for generations. Here's how it works. Meat is cooked, dried, and then completely submerged in rendered fat, known as tallow. This creates an airtight seal that locks out bacteria and moisture, two of the biggest culprits behind food spoilage. The result? Tender, flavorful meat that stays fresh even in the harshest conditions. Why is this a survival game changer? Because it doesn't rely on cold storage, generators, or modern technology. No power? No problem. All you need is fat, a resource you can easily obtain from animals during hunting or farming. Plus, tallow itself is packed with calories, making it a dual-purpose survival food. And here's the kicker. Properly stored tallow-preserved meat can last up to a year or more. It's lightweight, portable, and doesn't require special containers. This isn't just a preservation method. It's food security in its purest form. 15. Homemade hard cheese. When you think of cheese, you probably imagine it sitting in a refrigerator. But the Amish have mastered a way to create hard cheeses that can last for months, even years, without any modern cooling systems. This isn't just food. It's a protein-packed, shelf-stable survival staple that thrives where refrigerators fail. The secret lies in the process. The cheese is pressed, salted, and aged in controlled environments that rely solely on natural airflow and temperature stability. No chemicals, no preservatives, just traditional methods perfected over generations. Why does this matter for survival? Because hard cheese isn't just a source of protein. It's rich in healthy fats, calcium, and essential nutrients that can sustain you during long-term emergencies. It's compact, nutrient-dense, and versatile. Perfect for adding flavor and calories to your prepper pantry. And the best part? As the cheese ages, it gets even better. More flavorful, more robust, and just as safe to eat. In a crisis, this isn't just food, it's fuel for survival. 14. Canning without electricity. While most people rely on electric pressure cookers and fancy gadgets, the Amish have perfected the art of canning without a single drop of electricity. Using simple, reliable water bath canning techniques, they preserve everything from juicy fruits to hearty meats, making their pantries disaster-ready all year round. Here's how it works. Food is packed into sterilized jars, sealed tightly, and then boiled in hot water to kill bacteria and create a vacuum seal. No fancy equipment, no refrigeration, just basic tools and a method that stood the test of time. Why is this a survival essential? Because canned foods are shelf-stable for years, resistant to spoilage, and retain most of their nutritional value. When the power goes out, your freezer fails, but canned food keeps on going, no matter what. From soups and stews to fruits and meats, canning gives you control over your food supply, even when the world outside is falling apart. This isn't just preservation, it's peace of mind in a jar. 13. Molasses, nature's sweet preserver. When most people think of molasses, they picture it as just a sweetener. But for the Amish and for smart preppers, it's so much more. Molasses is nature's sweet preserver, packed with essential nutrients like iron, calcium, and magnesium, making it a hidden gem for survival stockpiles. Unlike refined sugars that offer empty calories, molasses retains the rich nutrients from the sugarcane or sugar beet during the refining process. It's not just about taste, it's about survival fuel. Its thick, syrupy consistency acts as a natural preservative, and here's the best part. It has an incredibly long shelf life, often lasting for years without spoiling.
Why is this crucial for preppers?
Because molasses can be used for more than just sweetening foods. It's a key ingredient in making nutrient-dense bread, emergency energy drinks, and even natural remedies. Plus, its high mineral content helps replenish lost nutrients during physically demanding situations. In a crisis, when fresh food is scarce and energy is low, molasses isn't just a pantry item, it's liquid gold for your survival kit. 12. Smoked meat. Mastery smoking meat isn't just a way to add flavor. It's one of the oldest, most powerful food preservation techniques known to man. The Amish have mastered this method, allowing them to keep meat safe and edible for months without refrigeration. How does it work? The process involves exposing meat to controlled, low-temperature smoke for extended periods. This does more than just enhance flavor. It dehydrates the meat, reduces moisture, and creates a protective barrier against bacteria. Combined with salt, it becomes a preservation powerhouse. Why is this essential for survival?
Because smoked meat is not only shelf-stable, but it's also rich in protein, easy to store, and packed with calories. Everything you need in an emergency.
Plus, it doesn't require any fancy equipment. A simple fire, some wood, and basic seasoning are all it takes. In a world where refrigeration can't be trusted, smoked meat isn't just a food source. It's a survival strategy that stood the test of time. If you're finding these survival tips valuable, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Preppers Community. This way, you'll never miss out on more life-saving strategies that could make all the difference when it matters most. 11. Dry bean storage beans are survival gold. And here's why. They're packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients that can sustain you through the toughest times. But what makes them truly invaluable for preppers is their incredible shelf life. When stored dry in airtight containers, away from moisture and pests, beans can last over a decade without losing their nutritional value. That's right, 10+ years of reliable food security sitting right in your pantry. Why is this a game changer? Because beans are not just long-lasting, they're also versatile. You can boil them, sprout them for added nutrients, or grind them into flour for baking. They're lightweight, easy to store, and a powerhouse of plant-based protein, perfect for any survival situation. In an emergency, when fresh food is scarce, a handful of beans could mean the difference between going hungry and staying strong. 10. Honey. The eternal food. Honey isn't just food. It's nature's miracle. It's the only natural substance that never spoils. That's not an exaggeration. Archaeologists have discovered pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. Why does this matter for preppers? Because honey is more than just a sweetener. It's a natural preservative, an energy booster, and even a medicinal powerhouse. It has antibacterial and antifungal properties, making it useful for treating minor wounds, soothing sore throats, and boosting your immune system during tough times. Plus, it's calorie-dense, which is crucial when you need quick energy in a survival scenario. No refrigeration, no expiration date, just pure eternal food that's ready when you need it most. For any prepper pantry, honey isn't just a luxury, it's a must-have survival essential. 9. Salt-cured vegetables. Salt isn't just for seasoning. It's one of the oldest, most powerful preservatives known to man. The Amish have mastered the art of using salt to cure vegetables, transforming them into tangy, crunchy survival staples that can last for months without refrigeration. Here's how it works. Vegetables are packed in layers of salt, which draws out moisture and creates an environment where bacteria can't thrive. No moisture means no spoilage. The result? Crisp, flavorful veggies that retain their crunch and nutrients, even in the harshest conditions. Why is this critical for survival? Because salt-cured vegetables don't just last. They're packed with electrolytes that help maintain hydration, which is crucial in survival situations. Plus, the tangy flavor can lift morale when fresh food isn't an option. In a grid-down scenario, salt isn't just a seasoning. It's the key to preserving life itself. 8. Lard as a storage barrier. Lard isn't just a cooking fat. It's a survival secret the Amish have relied on for generations. By coating food with a thick layer of lard, you create an oxygen barrier that prevents bacteria from growing, extending the shelf life of meats, grains, and even dairy without refrigeration. This method is deceptively simple but incredibly effective. Once the food is fully sealed in lard, it's protected from air and moisture, the two biggest threats to food preservation. Think of it as nature's vacuum seal. Why is this a game changer for preppers? Because lard is not only easy to produce from animal fat, but it also serves double duty. It's both a food preservative and a calorie-dense survival fuel. In harsh conditions, when energy is scarce, lard can keep both your food and you going strong. When the power's out and the fridge is useless, lard isn't just fat, it's food security in its simplest form. 7. Sun-drying techniques. Why waste energy when the sun provides everything you need to preserve food? The Amish have perfected the art of sun-drying, using nothing but natural sunlight to dehydrate fruits, vegetables, and even meats. No electricity, no fancy equipment, just the power of nature.
Here's how it works. Food is sliced thin, spread out in well-ventilated spaces, and left to dry under the sun's heat.
This process removes moisture, which is the main cause of spoilage, while locking in nutrients and flavor. The result? Lightweight, nutrient-dense food that can last for months, even years, when stored properly. Why is this essential for survival? Because in an off-grid scenario, sun-dried foods are easy to store, lightweight to carry, and packed with energy. Plus, they're incredibly versatile. Add them to soups, stews, or eat them as is when fresh food isn't available. When the grid fails, the sun becomes your most reliable food preserver.
6. Pickled eggs. Think eggs need refrigeration?
Think again. The Amish have been preserving eggs for generations using a simple yet powerful method: pickling in vinegar brine. The result? High-protein, shelf-stable eggs that can last for months without a fridge. The process is straightforward. Hard-boiled eggs are submerged in a vinegar-based brine, often seasoned with spices for added flavor. The acidic environment prevents bacteria from growing, while the eggs absorb tangy, savory flavors. Why is this a survival game-changer? Because eggs are an excellent source of protein, healthy fats, and essential nutrients. In a crisis where fresh food is scarce, pickled eggs provide a reliable, ready-to-eat source of energy. They're portable, require no cooking, and can even boost morale with their bold, zesty taste. In any prepper pantry, pickled eggs aren't just a snack, they're a long-lasting survival superfood.
5. Hardtack, the ultimate survival bread. Hardtack isn't just food, it's a piece of survival history. This rock-hard biscuit was a staple for sailors, soldiers, and explorers who needed a durable, long-lasting source of nutrition during long voyages and battles.
Why? Because it lasts for years if stored properly. Made from just flour, water, and a pinch of salt, hardtack is virtually indestructible. It doesn't spoil because it contains no moisture, making it the perfect survival food for harsh conditions. When you're ready to eat it, just add water, soak it in soup, or even dip it in coffee to soften it up. Why is this critical for preppers? Because in a crisis, you need food that won't fail you. Hardtack is compact, lightweight, and packed with carbohydrates to keep your energy levels up when fresh food is scarce. It's not fancy, but in a survival situation, it could be the difference between hunger and having a reliable food source. When everything else runs out, hardtack is the bread that's still standing. 4. Clay pot coolers, no electricity? No problem. The Amish use an ingenious method to keep food cool without modern appliances. Clay pot coolers, also known as a zier pot. All you need are 2 clay pots, some sand, and water. That's it. Here's how it works. The smaller pot is placed inside a larger one, with wet sand filling the space between them. As the water in the sand evaporates, it pulls heat away from the inner pot, creating a natural cooling effect. It's basically a refrigerator powered by evaporation. No plugs, no fuel, just simple physics. Why is this essential for survival? Because in the event of a grid-down scenario or power outage, keeping food fresh can be a matter of life and death. Clay pot coolers can extend the shelf life of fruits, vegetables, dairy, and even beverages without any reliance on electricity. It's low-tech, reliable, and has been used for centuries in some of the harshest climates on Earth. When the grid goes down, this ancient technology could be the key to preserving your food supply. 3. Dried meat. Also known as jerky isn't just a snack. It's a survival staple with a history that stretches back thousands of years. The Amish have perfected the art of making jerky using simple spices and air-drying techniques that require no refrigeration. The process is straightforward. Lean cuts of meat are sliced thin, seasoned with salt and natural spices, then dried slowly to remove moisture. No moisture means no bacteria, which makes jerky incredibly shelf-stable and perfect for long-term storage. Why is this essential for preppers? Because jerky is packed with protein, lightweight, and easy to carry, making it ideal for bug-out bags and emergency kits. It provides a quick energy boost when you're on the move or when cooking isn't an option. Plus, it can be rehydrated in stews and soups for a more filling meal. When fresh meat isn't an option, jerky isn't just food, it's a lifeline. 2. Potato cellars. Potatoes are a prepper's dream food, and with the right storage method, they can last for months without refrigeration. The Amish rely on potato cellars, a simple but effective way to keep potatoes fresh using nothing more than cool, dark spaces with proper ventilation. The key to success is temperature and humidity control. Potatoes thrive in conditions that are cool but not freezing, with good airflow to prevent mold and rot. A well-designed cellar can preserve your potato supply through harsh winters and beyond. Why is this critical for survival? Because potatoes are nutrient-dense, calorie-rich, and incredibly versatile. They can be baked, boiled, mashed, or fried, and they provide essential vitamins like vitamin C and potassium, key nutrients when fresh produce is scarce. In any long-term survival scenario, a potato cellar isn't just storage, it's food security. Plain and simple. 1. The ultimate survival secret. Hidden in plain sight. We've covered some powerful Amish food preservation techniques, but if you really want to take your survival skills to the next level, there's one resource you can't afford to miss. It's called The Lost Superfoods. And it's not just a book, it's a survival blueprint packed with forgotten knowledge that helped people endure famines, wars, and economic collapses. Inside, you'll discover 126 survival foods and preservation techniques that most people have never even heard of. These are methods so effective they've stood the test of time, designed to help you store food for years without refrigeration, create nutrient-dense meals with minimal ingredients, and prepare for any crisis, big or small. Why is this a game changer? Because when the shelves are empty, the power is out, and modern conveniences fail, you'll have the knowledge to keep your family safe, well-fed, and self-sufficient. It's not about fear. It's about being prepared, having control, and knowing you're ready for whatever comes. If you found today's tips valuable, you'll love what's inside the Lost Superfoods. Check the link in the description. It could be the most important resource you add to your prepper library. Which of these hacks surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a survival tip from Preppers Community. Stay prepared, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bonus hack. Curious about the Amish's secret to storing milk without refrigeration? We've got an upcoming video covering exactly that, so make sure you're subscribed to catch it. And if you're serious about food preparedness, you'll find even more life-saving techniques in the Lost Superfoods. It's packed with strategies that could make all the difference when it matters most. I've left a link in the description if you want to check it out for yourself.